Good morning. For Iraq, the President outlined his 5-point plan for transfer of sovereignty. People traveling around the country, meeting with people, meeting with associations.
Of the U.S. military.
Look, these are not America's puppets. These are independent-minded Iraqis who are determined to take their country to security and democracy. That's why we liberated Iraq, is to begin a process by which the Iraqis can have leadership that can speak on their behalf, act on their behalf. This government, of course, we hope is acceptable to Iraqis. They'll go through a process of increasing legitimacy until they have a permanent government that will speak on behalf of the people of Iraq. Focus on advancing freedom by strengthening international cooperation. Governing Council. As you know, Mr. Brahimi has spent weeks consulting with the Iraqi people. It's entirely possible that there will be an increase in violence for a while as the former regime elements and the terrorists try and test this new government, try to test the will of the coalition in this new phase, as they've been trying to test the will of the coalition and Iraqis for the last several months. I think it's entirely possible you'll see an uptick. We'll meet with Prime Minister Berlusconi, and the two leaders will then have a joint press availability to make the world safer and better. Key discussions will take...
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to be here today with my new Georgian Foreign Minister.
To the political events in Baghdad today, and particularly...
We are pleased with the selections. We have examined all of the cabinet minister nominees, and I think the Iraqi people are going to be well served by this government. Obviously, there were a number of candidates for the various positions. The United States worked with Mr. Brahimi in examining these candidates, and when the list got narrow, it was really a judgment that had to be made between Iraqi leaders, Mr. Brahimi, and in consultation, of course, with the United States. But it is not a question of anyone's candidate losing. We're pleased that a number of qualified candidates were available for the top positions, and I'm very pleased with the outcome. It's exactly what we wanted Mr. Brahimi to do, and he has performed his task very, very well.
About the attacks in Saudi Arabia.
If you want it from, well, just the question is, with the attacks in Saudi Arabia over the weekend.
And I'm confident that the Saudis, as all other nations should, will be redoubling their efforts with respect to law enforcement, with respect to intelligence exchange, with respect to drying up terrorist financing, with respect to border controls, knowing who is in your country and for what purpose. And I think the Saudis will redouble their efforts. They've been doing a great deal in recent months, and I would expect them to do more. They know that this kind of terrorist activity cannot be in any way found to be something that is tolerable